Hi, welcome back to my channel, Girl Left on Red. And today I'll be talking about my top fantasy reads that you can get into. Of course, they have lots of romance and lots of chemistry. So I just wanted to come and give you guys all a beginner friendly list of my top romance fantasy novels. Also, I'll be linking in the description a cute little list of everything I went over today with little synopsises so you guys can have absolutely for free. Please, if you do enjoy these videos, subscribe and like as well as comment so I can keep bringing you guys more. All right, so let's get started. My first absolute favorite right now is the Legendborn series. If you guys are already subscribed and have been me and paying attention to my videos, I definitely talk about Legendborn a whole lot. It's on the third book right now in the series. So if it's something that you want to get into that has a little buzz around it that everybody's talking about, that's definitely a book that you guys should check out. It's lots of fantasy, love. It's a bit young, so it's more into the YA category, but I'm an adult and I'm loving it. So check it out. Let me give you a quick synopsis. So, Legendborn by Tracy Deonn, a Southern Black teen discovers a secret society of magical descendants from King Arthur and unearths her own powerful legacy while grieving her mother's death. That's all I'm going to give you guys because I really want you guys to check it out on your own. And if you're like me and like to do a lot of research, you'll see it's a buzz. Everybody's here for it. So check it out. One of my favorite authors, I should say, but definitely top three. V.E. Schwab. And this one is called The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. Now, I already just naturally pick up all of her new books. She has a new book coming out in June, I believe, and there's already a bit of buzz around it too. But I picked this one up not even knowing any hype. It just had dropped and I was like, oh, I'm going to get this one. It's my author. And I absolutely fell in love with this book. It was so different. It has a completely different fantasy aspect going on. It's not your typical, but it's standalone. Also, I wanted to say, if you guys are not that into series, or maybe you just want to do a quick standalone and not dive too deep into a whole world and world building, The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue is for you. So really quick synopsis, rapid fire. A woman makes a Faustian bargain to live forever, but is cursed to be forgotten by everyone she meets until someone remembers her. Haunting, lyrical, and slow burn magical realism. So I love this because it definitely is in some type of a magical realm, but it's very much in real life at the same time. I hope you guys understand what I mean by that, where it's not too many magical creatures happening. It's not unrealistic bending of reality. It's in reality, really in the real world. It's just one aspect of a magical situation happening. And it's also romantic and it follows a love interest. I'm actually kind of upset that it's a standalone book because I still want more, but it's everything. It's worth it all. There is a hype around it. I'm sure Book Talk even talks about it, but it's worth it. Trust me. Pick this up, read it, devour it. It's worth it. That's enough. The next one was a pleasant and surprising one for me when I read this one. I was in a bit of a book slump and I was just looking for another good read. I think I had just finished Fourth Wing or something. I finished something really good and I was like, oh my God, I need something. I was like, oh my God, I need something, right? So I went and I searched I had a couple different options, but this one stood out. I like the islands aspect of it. So this one was called The Bridge Kingdom. Trained warrior princess is sent as a political bride to a rival kingdom, but she's really their spy. Twists, betrayals, and unexpected romance follow. Let me tell you guys, it's a series and it's so good that there's even a little spin-off series. When the series starts following another set of characters romantically happening, I'm even there for that one. And that doesn't usually happen to me. I'm so stuck. I'm so loyal to the initial romance that I usually don't care about the second one. Nope. This one got me in a chokehold. I loved it. So I love when they're almost supposed to be enemies because of families or wherever they were coming from, whatever situation, and they end up falling for each other. That's one of my favorite tropes, a forbidden love situation almost. I love those, right? So this one definitely touches on that, but I really loved the world, and they built it was a very small world building situation, but it still had a lot of culture, I want to say. It had a lot of depth to it. I really enjoyed the scenery of it. It was taking place on islands, and the country was a bunch of different islands. The kingdom, I should say, it was a bunch of different islands. And I love the way the author, which her name is Danielle L. Jensen, I love the way she made me feel like I was really there. I felt like I was really in this kingdom. I cared about the people. I cared about what happened to them. I cared about the, I love I love the main love interest. I'm not going to go crazy. I'm not going to tell you guys too much, but you're going to love this one. Please pick it up. And it's a really nice, smooth, easy read. It doesn't get too chaotic. It doesn't get too crazy. And there's moments where you're screaming at the main character. You just want her to do what you want her to do, and she's not gonna do it. She's gonna do something else. And you're like, oh my God. And I just love that part. So this one is definitely on my top book recommendations, especially because it's an easier read. So it's good for you beginners. I hope you enjoy. All right. The next one is This Woven Kingdom by Tahari Mafi. Now, this book is almost, if you've read a book by her, I know this is a beginner's list, but if you have read a book by her, and you'll know what I'm talking about, where it's like the book is not long enough. And I can't say this enough. Usually fantasy books are long enough. They're good enough to go, and then you're ready for the second one. No, in the book, she's so detailed, and she really gets you into the character's mind, and you feel like connected to that main character or the second character, whoever. There is two POVs. And it's just like, oh my gosh, the book, when you get to the end and you're like, no, the book is finished. What am I going to do? Luckily for you guys, there's already 3 books out, and the 4th one comes out at the end of the year. I unfortunately have been reading them as they came out, so I have to wait. But you guys can definitely get a little head start on that. So the synopsis for This Woven Kingdom, inspired by Persian mythology, this lush fantasy allows Eliza, a servant girl with secret magical heritage, and Cameron, which I love the way she spells everybody's name, the crown prince who's torn between duty and the strange pull he feels towards her. As political tensions rise and ancient prophecies stir, their fates intertwine in a story of forbidden love, rebellion, and destiny. And just like the synopsis said, it's very lush. As you guys probably know, Persia, Middle East, like cultured. It's so and luxurious, like about it. And she definitely intertwines and weaves these aspects into her books. And this is why I loved this series. It's so magical, and magic almost in the way you fell in love with Aladdin. Like if you love the movie Aladdin, you'll love this in the sense of how she creates the magical realm only in a way that matches that Persian culture. I hope that makes sense. Oh my gosh. But please pick this one up. This one is chef's kiss as well. I love doing my little chef's kiss. Next one is for you guys like action-packed kind of girlies that love a little fantasy, love a little sci-fi mixed in there. So this one is called The Blood Trials by N.E. Davenport. And I really loved this one. I'm gonna just kind of a little disclaimer out. I did not finish the second one. And I don't want to say it's because it wasn't good. I want to more say I just got really busy in life at the times I was reading it, and it takes you really sitting there and getting into the characters. So if you are like a person that really likes sci-fi and deep diving, it does intertwine that fantasy and that sci-fi, keeping it a little white with a good romantic interest. Okay. Really quick. It's about a fierce Black woman must survive deadly combat trials to join an elite military force, all while hiding her outlawed blood magic and uncovering who murdered her grandfather. So I liked this one especially because there wasn't too many themes going on. It finds out that her grandfather is murdered and she is deep diving into this mystery as well as understanding what she has going on, the magic that she has going on. And then she just has like a supportive team. And that's all I'm going to give you there. Like betrayals, there's outer space, there's like all kinds of stuff going on. But at the same time, it keeps you rooted. And this is my main thing with a lot of books. I need to be rooted to like a main plot, like that I could follow, that I'm good with. And that one was definitely it for me. It's just like a fun read. There's like a lot of combat. There's of course a trial situation. So you have going through like hardship to try to get somewhere and people are like out left and right, dying left and right. And it's like when they're young. So it's definitely a fun read. Then there's a bit of a love interest, but I loved the friends aspect. There's like a bit of a squad and that was it for me. I was like, yes, I love a good squad team kind of fantasy read, but there has to be romance. And the last one is going to be City of Bones by Cassandra Clare. Now, I know this is an oldie, but it's a goodie. And I do recommend people to read this one to get into fantasy reads because I did that. Like, I was always a bit of a reader. I was always into fantasy, romance, things like that, but not the way that I am after I read The City of Bones. It made me want to devour series. It made me want to just like in the world that these authors are bringing us. And I think that The City of Bones is a great way to really understand the different types of fantasies because there's so many magical themes in that series. You can explore so much. You could keep going so far. So I definitely recommend that one. And I'll give you a quick synopsis. So City of Bones by Cassandra Clare is a teen girl discovers she's part of a hidden world of demon hunting warriors called Shadow Hunters. Secrets, family, drama, and urban fantasy action unfold fast. And the beginning ones are a bit of a quick read. Cassandra gets crazy. Towards the end, the books start getting like thick and you're just here for this ride. Definitely say just read it while you're reading other things and kind of go in when you get to those like long ones. But yeah, totally worth it. I'm sure there's so many people, if you talk to them, that City of Bones series is definitely what got them started in this. So it's a good place to start for beginners. And if you've never read it and you're already a fantasy girly, yes, trust me, it's okay. I know it's old. I know it's not going to be trending on Book Talk right now, but you're going to love it. You're going to love the characters. You're going to love the banter. It's cute. And then there's like a single trope in there that you could even possibly think of. The deeper you get into all of her sub-series, like there's other ones that kind of off. Yes, Clockwork is another one that's part of that world of Cassandra Clare. Yes. Okay. So I do have 2 spicy fantasies for you guys today, and you guys should know these already. If you don't, it's okay. I understand you're a beginner. We're here. The first one, A Court of Thorn and Roses. Yes, if you have not heard of ACOTAR yet, where have you been living? Under a rock? I don't know. But a mortal huntress, I love how they called her a mortal huntress, is taken to a magical fae realm as punishment for killing a wolf. But things get complicated fast. Enemies to lovers, magic, and major spice, especially in book 2, which is my favorite, like, to everything. Right. And the second one I have for you guys, Rapido, is Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros. So if you guys have not picked up Fourth Wing yet, please go pick it up. It's so good. And there's so many people out here to support you, to talk to you guys about this. So if you are like a little lone reader and you need somebody to talk to, trust me, pick up this book and read it and you will have a whole community for you guys. All right. Quick synopsis. A fragile but fierce girl enters a deadly war college for dragon riders. Between brutal trials and forbidden romance, this one's impossible to put down. with heat and hearts. All right, so those are my two spicy fantasy reads, and I hope you guys enjoyed my beginner friendly fantasy list that I have made for you guys personally. I love you guys. Thanks for watching.